left a blanket-wrapped bundle on the doorstep of number 4
this is
Privet
a
Drive.
tutorial of
Nestled
Harry
in the
Potter 1
bundle was
PlayStation
a
1.
baby, Harry Potter.
The
The
version
boy
we're using
who
is
lived.
NTSC
For the
Canada
next 11
because it
years, Harry
specifically
lived with his dreadful
is better
step-parents, the
than
Dursleys,
NTSC
until
America
that fateful day
due
when
to
he
some
received the letter
localization
inviting
things,
him
just like the
to
books
attend
and films were
Hogwarts
localized
School of Witchcraft and
differently
Wizardry.
in America.
Hagrid took Harry to Diagon Alley to purchase a most unusual list of school supplies.
Let me just quickly go through this. Okay.
Welcome to Hogwarts School
First things
of
first,
Witchcraft and
you're going to
Wizardry.
need to know
I am
about
Albus.
just
No.
mashing square
Oh.
to skip some text. That's a basic thing we're using a lot of time. And the same thing goes for doors. Right, so hit. Okay, so let me just explain that. I held up as soon as you go out the door, and I held upright and then wiggled up a bit so that I could jump onto the stair banister and get a quicker jump off of the banister. There is also some way you can jump into, like come out here, you can jump into the corner right here and skip the walking animation. I'll have to link that in the description.
Hey Harry!
Because
Remember
I have
me?
no idea how to
Ron
do it.
Weasley. That slime. I think it was your...
And that animation skip was found by Slenderbed.
Come on, Harry. Well,
I do
I'm
believe.
Drake, looking
Yes.
for go home. He's a nasty piece.
There's not much here, it's mainly the skipping text.
Come on,
There was a
Harry.
theory about trying to skip this,
Let's go.
but I don't think it's possible. Skip the whole tutorial, that is.
Follow me.
Right, I'll make a save
Good
state
job.
here. So this is the first trick of the game. First, aside from the animation skip. You can do that to skip run there, or the original way is to grab the ledge. There's also like a really perfect way to land right on the side of a bookcase and get past run, but it's very difficult and only one runner has done it in a run, and that's Luke Speedy. Just notice how British I was there. Done it in run. Now this is the tall room or the climb. What you want to do is go to the left handle of that drawer, and then you have to go upright and then move a little bit, wiggle wiggle, and then here you want to jump to grab that, and then this sets you up perfectly to go straight up and skip that grab. Now this is a difficult bit as well, because you can do a ledge jump, as they're called, when you skip the grabs here, which I can't seem to do. That was almost one. I can't believe I can't get this. Oops, that was way too far. There we go, that's one. That's not two. You can do one here as well. Almost had it. I kind of know the align, but that's like going like here. But this isn't fast to do if you just align it like that. It's best not to, or try not to go for those first two, but then these next two should be very easy. just doing that. Oh, maybe not. Anyway, sometimes you can try for this one, doing that, and then you just go over there and do that. But also, if I go back down, you can just like grab this part and then try to do the line for this one instead. Just depends what you want to do. There's also a fairly frame perfect way to skip the padlock here. If you jump from that platform there up onto here, up onto around like this bit here, so you skip the feather, and you need to position yourself very carefully. There's practically no point trying it because it's really perfect, and then you have to keep mashing square as you walk up. So you pick the feather up and then you press square on the first available frame where the door is unlocked before the cutscene plays, and then that opens the door while the cutscene is playing, so you actually skip having to wait for the cutscene. So here you can just walk up against this wall. Usually you avoid that, but oh well. You just have to move fast with that. There's nothing really about that I can talk about. Now here there are a couple of really stupid strats. So there's this one. You can do that. Jump on here. Do that. Grab onto that. Do that. Yeah, do that. That's helpful, isn't it? So yeah, you go over to this little bit. Aim. Shoot. Jump onto the banister. Then try to shoot while you're still on the banister, and then quickly jump off. And then you'll be able to grab while it's moving. There is a slightly safer way, but it's slightly slower as well. You have to grab and then do that. It's safer because you get more speed from the banister, but it's also slower because, like I said, you have to climb up onto the thing. They're both really tricky anyway, so there's no point really, unless you really want to be edgy. The real way of doing it is just go downstairs and hit block, and then you can grab it while it's moving if you go to the side like that. I'm not really speaking into the mic, well, am I? Hello. So obviously you've seen the cloaked person. You can hold X straight away and let go as soon as it goes over Harry's head like that. And also I might as well explain this. This is a first tier flipendo. That's the second tier. And that's the third. And there's also like a 2.5 as well, where you get the damage of a third, but the speed of a second. I should have been explaining what I just did there. Go up to this handle as well, and we'll go a bit more left than that. Put the camera up, straight up against the wall, and then, well, that failed, didn't it? But you get the gist. There's also a way you can padlock skip this, but I'm terrible at it. I don't really understand it that much. Actually, I do understand it, but I'm just terrible.
I've lost. Use the.
I'll link a video in the description. I'll understand it. Yeah, this is a difficult bit as well.
Now
This also changes if you get a padlock skip. So you can wait until that book moves, then just keep spamming flipendo, and you'll get it. So if this tutorial isn't that great,
Lever around here.
let me just speed this bit up, because you can't skip his text. Yeah, now the Hedwig part. Just move forward a bit, and then on that corner, do that. Get a second. Do that. Now hold. So hold up. You hit that line. You hold the flipendo, and then you just aim it right at Hedwig. and just hold up and skip text. Right, now this bit is a bit tricky to explain, because there's kind of an RNG element to it, which is based on where you pick up the broom.
Wow! I'll show you it.
So as you can see there, I still had to continue the little automated walk here, so I got stuck behind Ron. And that means I have to do the other run skip, which is just go against the wall like that. But there is also a way. If you pick up the broom as it's horizontal, and you don't have to complete the automated walk, which is all RNG basically, just how Hedwig drops it.
Wow! I'll show you it.
Then you can beat Ron to the door. Anyway,
Here's the door. I'm still
I
waiting.
couldn't do that. That was terrible.
I am Madam Who. There is
So
a
now
house.
it's
Stay your broom
Quidditch. There
first.
isn't really much to explain here aside from just try and get used to the controls, because they can be very sensitive.
Excellent. The next test. Fly through. Ready, pot.
No, I'm just going to be quiet because, like I said, there's not really much to talk about. Oh, what I could talk about is that when a ring's starting to open, its hitbox is completely open. So the size of the full ring,
Oh.
that hitbox is always there, even if it's like halfway grown. So you might see yourself, you might even see me soon. Trying to think of the words. This is terrible. You might see me just like look like I don't go through the
Ready
rings,
for a tough
but
as before.
apparently I do.
On my whistle.
Like there. And there.
Oh.
And there.
Well done.
A perfect score. There's nothing really here, so there's nothing to skip aside from some text. So if you run all the way around this carpet, you'll skip the guy. Like, the carpet is his trigger line. For this race, it's just go as fast as you can. Aside from at the end of the second run, just coming up. There are two ways to do this, and I think like the intended way is actually faster. So this is the intended way, just jumping across all the tables. But the reason why I had a save state there was to show you the other way. That sucks. This other way is getting a ledge grab by the third to last table. So this table you go for the ledge grab, which I think is slower, because ledge grabs do take a while.
Well, what complete?
Now we've got lessons.
Get ready.
Something you should know about how old speedruns were before
That
something was
is
found
good.
out. Is that there was always
Excellent.
this risk of something called a ghost input,
Perfect.
where the last button you pressed from one sequence,
That
the
was
game
good.
thinks it's the first button you press in the next sequence,
Excellent.
and it could be wrong, or it is wrong
Perfect.
most of the time, and so you fail the first cycle of the next pattern. Ooh, voice crack. But something was found out where if you get a perfect hit,
Now,
and you'll know it's a perfect hit when there's a little orange ring around it. If you get that, then
Try Levin.
you, at least like 95% of the time, you won't get a ghost input.
Wingardium Leviosa.
So right there you just hit left and X to start levitation. And this is, you have to read this letter because you forced into it. Okay. Okay. Right. Now it's time for Malfoy. So you can climb on there and jump off.
This is as trapped in a
And as soon as you finish skipping text, you just press X to get this hourglass straight away.
Wingardium Leviosa.
There's a theorized skip here where you can get a padlock skip, so you can exit early, but I don't think it's possible. Just like tutorial skip.
Ow! You're not leaving.
Okay, wizard crackers. So you stay here, wait for Malfoy to throw his crackers, and wait until he tries to throw again. You have to wait a little bit after he stops, so that he can throw the next one, so you can just combo him like that.
Crab.
And we've got the second phase. Wait here for the super one, go to the right bit, pick up the cracker, throw straight away, do the same left, right, left thing. Left, right, left. Oh, I should have thrown it earlier, but I still managed to hit him somehow. I was lucky. Crap. So we want to wait here again for the super wizard cracker. Quickly move left to get that. Throw. I threw way too early, so I'm gonna have to show the special one. Okay, that's the special backup. What's meant to happen is try to show. Oh, I picked that up way too late. Yep, that's what I thought. Don't know why he stopped there. Okay, I'm gonna keep trying until I get this. Blimey, it's been a long time since I've done this. Actually, no, it hasn't. No, it's way too late. Oh. I apologise about this. I don't know why I did that. Yep, that's it. So, when you see the cracker, if you know about ballistic curves and stuff, you know it just, however you throw it, whatever. But once you see it hit the peak of its altitude, you want to go over to pick up the second cracker, because if you go before it reaches the peak, then it will just blow up under your feet, the next cracker goes. So if you wait until it's after the peak, the first cracker, then you pick up the cracker,
the house point
throw that.
Glasses are slowly filling up.
Actually wait a tiny bit and then throw that, so that you can move a little bit, pick up the next cracker and throw that before Malfoy manages to dodge it.
Ravenclaw.
It's easier than I made it out to be. Yeah, that's the end of the intro video. So next will be outside.
Slytherin